Hi everyone, Dominic here and welcome to this video. I'm going to share the process of developing this project you see on your screen from scratch efficiently in ArchiCAD. Don't forget to subscribe, share the video if you find it interesting, and be extra nice and like the video as well. With that being said, let's get started. Alright, for this demonstration, I'm going to use MS BIM 2025 professional template. If you have the template already, you are going to receive this month updates. So they're going to be delivered through your email. If you haven't got this template, check the link on the description and download the template. It will come with the March or March month updates. So I'm going to now start by sketching the project. Let's go to the design tool palette. This time around I'm going to try out to use a slab tool to do my sketching, and then I'm going to change the geometry method to rectangular. Then I will start on by specifying the first point. So it says the layer named ACLG ceiling is hidden. And what I need to do is to change the layer because this is it's not the appropriate layer. I'm going to choose, then change the layer to just a slab, floor slab, right? Then hit OK. I'm going to type in the measurements of this. Is going to be 5 meters wide by, let's say, 4.2, and then I'll have another space for the lobby. I'm going to have it around 2.9 by, let's say, 3 meters. And then let's I'm going to place a garage. It's going to be, let's say, 6.3 by 6.2. I'm gonna say 6.2. Yeah, that's basically the frontage of the house. And the following spaces, I'm gonna have a powder room here of let's see, 3.5 by 2 meters. This will be guest toilets, and then we have a bedroom thereafter, which is going to be 6 meters. I'm gonna make it 3.2 wide. This side will have another bedroom of the same line with the garage, then 6.2, and then we have the width of 3.5. yeah, pretty much that. And let me just align this to clean up my sketches. This should be a passage and should be 1.9 is fine, 1.8 either there is fine. Okay, all right, so let me select all, Control D to position it somewhere here around my section. Okay, so in 3D you just see your slabs like this. Okay, this will be the garage, this will be the entry foyer, then my library or whatever lounge, then the guest toilet, bedroom. Yeah. Okay, so it's time for us to place the walls. So you can do it on 3D if you can, and activate the wall tool and start with the garage. and from here, oh sorry, let's change the profile to just your normal tool, or just change to the composite and then search for the walls, exterior wall. I'm looking for, let's go for, I'll go for this one. Oh sorry, I'll say undo. The height of the wall should be linked to which, you know, let's just do it on the ground floor, on the floor plane. So I'm gonna start from here, make sure the geometry method is chained, and we're gonna link this to the first floor. I see we have an extra of 1.2 on top of that. We need to get rid of that. Let's go to its settings, then cancel that. Here's supposed to be 0, and then the link is first floor. Here's supposed to be 0, yes, and here 3.1 2000. Hit OK. Then I'm going to trace over like that. Do the same on this one. Place for the toilet. And this I'm going to just extend it to there. And then these two I'm going to fillet. I think I might delete this one so that I can just extend it to use the extend tool. Great. So these walls, I'm going to convert them to 115 wall. Let's reduce the thickness to something. Do we have 115 here? Or maybe 100. Double plaster, yes. Need to do this as well. For the garage, we'll have another wall right there. This will be the bedroom. Perfect. So let's go to the door tool, activate the door tool and open in settings. I'm gonna start with the garage. Let's see, dash. We have different types of doors here. Let me just search garage. I'm gonna scroll down. Let's go for this one. Yes, I'm gonna go with style 2. 3D detail, I'm going to set it to full, and 2D detail level also to full. Let's hit OK. Before we hit OK, let's click on this arrow to bring all the parameters and then go to floor plan and section. Here I want to, I think everything looks great. Let me just hit OK and place it. Alright, I need to click it from the outside of the wall, then to turn into the inside. So let's select it, set the width to 5 meters. Okay, I think 5.5 will do because it's a double garage. Right, another one is going to be windows on this side. It's going to be windows on this side. Let's go to Windows, open its settings. I'm going to use the basic window. Basic windows. Yes. Let's start with this one. I can start with just the basic window, and then set up some upper transom like that. And then the height of this should be 2 meters. Okay, and then my transom, you can change this to an elevation, so that the preview to elevation, so that you can see what the changes. So I'm gonna say this is 1.6, yeah, something like that. And then let's go to another page, then set this to be a top hang, no, fixed glass, and this is going to be top hang. All right, then click the arrow to bring all the parameters. Let me select the model attributes and set up the surfaces. I want this to be aluminium, so I'm going to search for metal aluminium, and finally hit OK to place the window. I'm going to have it on 2 sides, so I'm going to select this, and by the use of guides, and then position your window 600, so this one 600. Okay, make sure also this one is 400 by 400 each. It makes sense. So if we open on 3D, we have this ready. My walls are kind of floating. I'm going to pick the parameter, or just activate the wall tool and hit Ctrl A. Set your wall to -200, and the flow, let's activate the flow tool and set it to 0. Okay, set it to 0. Yes, that's how it's supposed to be. I'm having a problem with the latest Windows for ArchiCAD 28. I don't know what's going on. They tend to give this kind of appearance. You'd see only a transparent glass. Let's see how we can set up together. If we go to the parameters, I should be on 3D model attributes, because everything looks all right. Here we have the materials setup, and I don't know what might be the problem. In other projects, I had to use the ArchiCAD 27 library because I was failing to resolve this issue. But let me see on 3D here. Here it looks proper. I don't know why on the model it doesn't appear like this one. So sometimes it might be affected by model view options, but building plans, everything it's active. So if you open it under construction elements, you would see Windows. Let's find Windows 10 maybe. Detail Windows USA, detail door in Windows USA. Okay. What's on door 3D? It's under schematic. This is where the problem is. So if we change this to full, because under the building plans we want everything to be full, unless we are dealing with concepts, which is this model view options. And then also on floor plan it should be full. Okay, then what else again that we can change? opening line in 3D and section elevation. What is this? Arrow orientating opening. This is for the sliding doors. Let's just activate everything. And then line type opening, I like to be dashed. I like it to be dashed. And yeah, but it needs to be set for all the doors, for all the regions. But this one is fine. It seems to be okay. And let's see for the Japanese. Show regulation marker. I'm going to, let's see for the international. International is full. Floor plan should be full. This one should be full. Section and 3D, I want it to be full and full. Okay. This is for the curtain room. Alright, so from here I can hit OK. That should be our solution. Alright. Okay, so for the garage door, I think I'm pretty happy with the way it is. From here, I would want to have the roof to influence most of the elements, so I'm going to place the roof. Let's go to the first floor, because that's where the roof is going to be placed. First floor, and I'm going to show the ground floor as a trace reference. So let's right click on it and do that. So for the garage, I'm going to roof it with a slab. Let's just draw a slab there, and I'm going to set up the structure to be let's go for floor. I'm going to find something that receive slab. I think this one. Okay, then this side is going to be a sloping roof, and geometry will be the single plane and the rectangular, so that I can just from here it to end somewhere there. Let's see, and then place it to somewhere there. Okay, this will be at 26 degrees. Control Shift M and mirror a copy to the other side. Oh, let me just delete. Let me just delete this. I'm going to place. The reason why I'm deleting, I thought I would utilize this one. Let me just show you undo. So because the reference line, this blue line is very important, it has to be on the actual position. So by duplicating this, you'll have to move it again to the point, which is not a problem, like to here, right? And then that's when you can now trim off the edges to be there. So if you open your section, this will be the situation. So I'm going to drag this to the top, and then I'm going to have this wall go all the way to there, something like that. Even let's see, bring this down to 0 and set the material to timber roof, something like that. I'm gonna right click go to connect and bring solid element, set this as a operator, subtract with upward extrusion, then trim off. Okay, I'm gonna do the same to this one. Connect, solid element operation, pick the roof as an operator, subtract with upward, then execute. There we go, just to clean up the connections. Right, we have a little bit of an issue here because you see, I don't know why this it's still under acoustic, so I need to change all this to be under floor. Let's go for slab plus tile finish, just something like that. All right, I don't know why this side. Let's go to the ground and fix that. This should be on the outside. For all this. All right, can close off this. This is what I'm having, and because the house is continuing all the way to the back, so for the sake of this demonstration, I just cut it into to end on this bedrooms, on these 2 bedrooms. So what I want is to select that, stretch it all the way to the height of that. Then I'm going to trim it off by selecting it, right click on the space, connect, then solid element operation. The roof is going to be the operator, and change the operation to subtraction and upwards. Then after that we hit execute to finally trim off our elements. And this wall I'm going to set it on a different materials, maybe stone finish. I'm gonna go with the stonework. Let's see. Perfect. This looks much better. And then this wall also needs to be at that height. Target, then the roof as an operator, then trim it off. Okay, because I want the cladding to, cap, so I need to trim to split this wall into 2, so that the other side is being let's say split, then I'm gonna split it somewhere there. Let's select this 2 and fillet, also do to this one, then fillet. Now I can pick parameters of this wall, then inject to that one, get it as a target. Then the roof is going to be an operator, just to trim it off and clean it up like that. Okay, so normally I would want this to overhang a bit by 600. Also on this side like that. Then I will want it to have a continuous wrap for the roof, or continuous fall for both sides. So let's do that. I'm going to do it by, we need to trace it off, but it's 600, right? Let me just place a slab here. 4.8 by 600 is going to be more like a planter that I'm going to have. So it has to be inside 230. So this wall should continue all the way, and then I'm going to split it and clean it up by intersecting. So from here, let's go to the 3D, and we need to correct this, what we've created. Let's select it and bring our solid element operation, then this as a target, as an operator, and clean it up. Okay, so the other thing, we need to set up this wall now to represent our roof. So if you look at our roof, on the side it's paint dark gray, so we're gonna change this to be just your normal basic structure, and then open its settings. Let's set the material for this to be paint dark gray, and the thickness should match the roof thickness, which is let's set it to be 300, so to the wall. So yeah, that's the continuous I was looking for. Let's stretch this down. So our slabs needs to be consistent. This is what slab. So I'm going to inject parameters to that one, to the other ones. There is a bit of a problem. I don't know what's going on here. What is this problem? Okay, it's because of the slab. I'm going to stretch it to the inside by 230, and then this wall should go to all the way to side. I think this is 0. Yeah, just to clean up. It's very important to have a neat model. You see, we have some issues here as well. I can do it on the I'm seeing that, which is not a problem. This should be the inside. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the progress so far. I think all the walls should go to side. Oh, sorry. Should be minus 300. Yes. Okay. So here I'm going to have a glazing glass entrance. So this wall is not that useful. I'm going to get rid of it. But before we fix the front of the house, I'm going to come up on this side, because we're going to have different type of roof. Okay, this should be matching the other roof to 300. Okay, so I'm going to have a different type of a roof at the back. So let's go to the roof and place that. When I activate the roof this time around, I'm going to let's just use the single plane, and it's going to be placed that way, and I guess that will be the center. Control Shift M to mirror copy to the side. I'm going to drag it to there, stretch all the way to there. They need to meet at the center. I have to find the center point for this area, which is there. So this is the center point. Get rid of the 2D line. So on 3D we'll have roof of 23 degrees. This is 23. Should be 23. it should be 23. Yes. And then this is going to be a bit raised by 500 or maybe 600. Yeah. I'm gonna raise it a bit by 100. Okay. So we need a parapet wall. Sorry about that. We need a parapet wall that will divide these two roofs. So I don't know, yes, but I can also, you know, because we have this slab, I can also try to align the roof to be on the same, and then this can be adjusted like that. Here's something like that, yeah. And then we'll have a parapet wall that will divide the two roofs. So go to here, the wall, I'm going to activate the wall, then draw a wall over like that. That wall should be sitting above the ground wall, this wall. Let's check on 3D. Yes, this is what I wanted. I'm going to stretch it, stretch the height. Right click, bring solid element operation. Let's select the two roof planes as add as an operator, then upward extrusion to trim off the top part. So that's what I wanted. And let's select okay, this shouldn't go all the way because we're gonna have ceiling on the inside, and that the one that needs to go all the way is this one, but it has, we need to split it into two because on the side of the garage should maintain the same height. So let's go to the first floor, which is our roof plane. So I need to fix this. So if you go to your storage settings, this becomes our roof level, and this becomes apex. Then we get rid of this. We can delete it, or we just uncheck it here so that it doesn't become, you know, captured on the list of the stories. So we have, no, there are 3 now, I mean there are 2. Let's just delete it. Yes, delete anyway. Yes, this is our apex, this is our roof level. Okay, so from 3D we haven't affected anything. So let's go back to our ground and trim off this wall. I mean, split it into 2 and then intersect this one as well. Then I can stretch this one high because this should continue like I said, and target roof is our operator. Clean it off. Okay, and then I'm gonna have a bit of overhang of 600. You know, I can decide to have an overhang this side, or if I stretch this to there and then have a concrete roof there underneath, that will be lovely. But for the sake of this demonstration, I'm gonna leave it this way. I'm gonna leave it that way and have overhang of 600 on both sides. Okay, yeah, something like that. All right, we have a little bit of a challenge, which is this 2 part to resolve. I think I will have to split the wall into two in order for me to address this. So this wall, let's split it here, and if you check on 3D, we can take this wall as a target, this, and oh, still persist. But the surface needs to match up. I don't know why this is on the surface needs to match up. So if you say select all the walls, then make it stucco, yeah, that should resolve that problem. Okay, so let's see how this one we can address it. We have that wall, should be also on stucco, and that might be a bit of a challenge. Oh yeah, I see, because of that, because of this. So we need to, you know, convert this wall into a structural wall. Let me go back. So turning this into the inside and intersect. Check on 3D. Still the problem persists. What is this one doing there? Okay, I think the problem, we have these two walls. This one needs to be at the height, I'm gonna say not linked, and set this to be 3 meters. And wow, that problem is going to be a challenge. Let's see. What if we stretch the height to that level? Yes. Okay. No issues now. Only on this part. What's going on here? This needs to be stucco on the outside. I have a little bit of a problem to address here. Let me see. Okay. All right, there we go. The problem is fixed, and then the roof needs to be right there. Perfect. And then that means we need to split this one so that we can raise this and trim it off. So let's do that. Split it here. Chamfer. This wall also needs to be a structural wall for the purpose of doing that. And then let's split this one and chamfer. Bring this to the inside by 300. Oh, sorry, should be 600. Another 300. Yes, to create that for our. There's a little bit of a duct for our guest toilet. Okay, so let's see on 3D. It's a mess now. I'm gonna stretch this to the underside and this to the underside as well, same as to that one. operator cut. Oh, I forgot this one. Target operator cut. Okay, perfect. So the roof here is going to to continue and then down to the wall, to wrap around the wall. But before we do that, I want us to, yeah, we have an issue here. Oh, it's just the, I want us to look at the front, which is this part. This needs to extend all the way to there. Either that, or I have another wall, or maybe have the garage wall to be the inside. So the garage wall, I might turn it to the inside, Control Shift D, and I have another wall. Check on 3D. This wall should go all the way to there and should end. Yes, I'm gonna pick parameters of this wall, eject. Oh, sorry, let's stretch it to the top. Sorry about that. And then this is our operator. The wall is the target. Stretch. Perfect. Just to clean up that. Okay. Nice. Still feel this profile needs to be a little bit thicker. So I make it 500. All right. Yes, 500. Let's do the roof. Let's see. Yes, I think this is a good profile. And then this one then, I need to flush it with the garage wall. Like that. The slab needs to be the inside. Just a little bit of a cleanup here. Okay. Perfect. Perfecto. And then I would want this timber soffit to continue even on the walls, this side, this wall. Let's find first the material, wood pine grain. So this one is going to be also the wood pine vertical, something like that. Then I'm gonna have it on this one as well, but I need to be careful because this has also the outside part, so I need to make sure I choose the right side. So I'm going to uncheck the link or unlink the surfaces and identify the correct side for me to change the surfaces, which is going to be, it's always a guesswork for this one. I can't remember getting right for the first time. I mean, getting right first time. You see, this is the problem. So now I know this should be stucco white rough, and this should be wood pine. Yes, perfect. Number one. Right. So I'm going to go to the ground floor and let's close off this and activate the curtain wall tool and draw a curtain wall here. Alright, if you go to 3D, stretch the curtain wall, the height all the way to there. And let's set up the curtain wall design under scheme. You can click on the favorites and find something really aligned to what you want. So in this case, I'm going to bring this one checkerboard and set all this to be a main panel and hit OK. So the height of this is I'm gonna copy the height and open in settings. This should be the height, and then I'm going to have no, let's say where 2.1 is the height of each, because we want to accommodate our door. And then the width is fine at 1 meter. Then hit OK like that, or maybe 900 instead of meter. The other one can be 900, the other one can be 1.2. Yes, something like that. And we need to activate the frame. If you go to frames, the mullion frame should be, the bundle frame should be active. I'm gonna choose the built-in frame. If you hit OK, you will now have your frame like that. I don't know, I don't want to have, this will be an extra, cost. Let's get rid of this transom. You can do it either way. Let's say on the scheme, maybe set everything to 900. Yes, like that. 900 or 800. Each panel should be 800. And then let's see. Okay, we're still left with these little panels that I don't want to have. Let's say 800 is fine, but we can address this issue on the edit mode of our curtain wall. So to do that, let's activate the elevation and set up that in here. Okay, so with this template you get this instant elevations graphics already, so hence it's very efficient for optimizing your workflow. So I'm going to select that and hit edit. Then let's activate the scheme grid. One thing to start with is to select the grid, the scheme grid, and I'm going to pick this point, and on the pad palette let's activate the move point or move node, and then this also needs to be there, and I'm going to add another point in between here and bring it to the underside like that. So when it comes to our our panels and frames, so I'm going to delete this frame and then delete that one. Sorry, let me zoom in. This is what I'm gonna do, and then delete this one and select that. Change this to be a double door. I'll go for a double door, and then I'm going to open the settings of this door and just run through. Make 2D full, 3D resolution also full, and we'll go to the next page. I'm gonna set the lift to be 40 because it's aluminum door. Change the handle for something interesting. You can decide to add handle on both leaves or just in one leaf, and set up the materials. I'm pretty happy with the materials so far. I'm gonna leave it as it is. Yes, once we're done, I'm gonna hit OK. This will be that. So let's exit the edit mode and check the result on 3D. Okay, so we still have our curtain wall panels on this black. We need to go to its settings and then panels. We want to change this to let's have the panels to be glass material. I'm just gonna go with glass, and then I don't want to overwrite, then boom, perfect. So our frames are in different finishes. We have this one black, and so we need to be consistent. So I'll go for the darker shade, or just go for aluminum. I'll start with the frame. The boundary should be aluminum, which is fine. Aluminum, then I'm gonna overwrite this to be metal. Let's go with this finish. Alright, then for our door, we're going to edit, then select the door. We override the surfaces to metal aluminum finish. Metal aluminum finish. The handle is fine. We can also check on 3D. The leaf should be on glass clear. Yes, then I can hit OK. Exit mode. I'm going to select this and set to the exact under the model attributes. Oh, not this one. This should be metal finish. This one, hit OK. Alright, I still believe that the width of the framing is thick. Let's set it to 40 millimeters. I'm gonna start with the boundary, and here under boundary frame type section, this is going to be 40 because it's aluminum. This is going to be 80. This is 100. Something like that. What we have the transom. I'm gonna set it to 40. This is 80. 100. Hit OK. Pretty much like it. Okay. It looks great. It looks great. So obviously we will need to have a slab here on our entry to define the entrance. So I'm going to activate the slab and place it like that. Let's see on 3D. And we need to finish it off this. I'm going to pick the parameter of this wall. The height of this wall is going to be, I'm going to unlink it and set it to 500 because it's for the planter, and draw it from there. I want it to be the inside, right? This one I'm gonna turn it to the outside and fillet. The thickness is going to be 100, and the material should be concrete. Let's see. I think it's going to be, what's this? Brick. This is concrete. Oh, let's just make it brick so that it cleans up perfectly. I don't like how it is here. Brick. Okay. All right. This we're going to step it down a bit by 50. So that means this is going to be 280 minus 280. And set the material. The finish should be tile. Or I can just get rid of this and get the finish from the composite. Yeah, which is that. Pretty much like it. So we need a ramp for the garage. Let's go them, and I normally use the mesh tool to create a ramp. You can also use your beam tool because you can play around with the slope. So like for example, you can say your beam and then make it just a normal basic structure. Then after this we set the material to be concrete, and you can draw the length. In this case it's going to be 6 meters, and you can measure where the ramp is going to be, which is your door. 5.5. 5.5 is going to be now the width of your beam, like that. And then if you check on 3D, let's bring it to 0, like that. And because it's a ramp, it needs to slope a bit, so I'm going to open the settings and slope it by 2 degrees. Oh, it went this side, so I can just mirror from the midpoint horizontally, so that it's mean, and then drop it down here to 0. Yeah, something like that. Okay, with this you can also create a profile. For that, you can also create the profile and put the upstand and place the upstand beam this side. So let's do that. Edit. You can do that, or you can just copy this, and if you're lazy you can avoid going the profile route, then copy this to the side, set your upstand beam size, which is 100, and then bring it down there, make the height 150, like that, and the offset should be 200. Drop it and flash it this way. Yes, go down here, and then mirror copy to the other side. Let's see on 3D. Should be on the other side, on the outside, like so. I don't know why it's not showing on the ground floor, on the floor plane. So okay, I'm gonna set the height to be 150, drop it down by 280. It should show on the ground floor. Yes, there we have it. Okay. What else? Again, we have pretty much our roof. The one at the back is going to be a different material, so I'm going to start with the finishes of the roof now. So this is going to be, I'm going to use what you call add-ons to apply the slate for the roof instead of using the texture. So I'm going to change this to be an underlay of insulation material. I'm going to change this to be insulation, scintillation, like that. Then I'm going to use the accessories to place this by going to design extra, accessories, roof accessories, and then let's select the roof surfacer. Detail, the 3D detail level should be detailed. Also the 2D detail level should be detailed. I want to see it from the plan, and I think everything is pretty much placed. So the finish is going to be your slates. Do we have slates here? Normal tiles. Yes, this one. And I don't want to randomize the surface. I want a consistent pattern. The color should be gray, and hit OK. There we go. We'll have that. And one thing we need to, okay, that is the space left for the pair lines. I'll come back and detail it later. Let's move on to the other side. This one also, we're gonna do the same thing. Select the roof, set the top surface to be an insulation material. Form board, hit OK. And for this, I'm not gonna use the roof surfacer or the accessories to place this. So same here, we need to have this as a insulation material. I hope this is the side. Let's uncheck and set it to insulation. Now it went the other way around. I'm going to go back to paint, dark gray. Let's set this insulation. Okay, this side, do the same to this wall, because we're going to cover it, wrap it with corrugated sheets. Okay, this as well. This I'll leave it because it's going to change the edge, which I don't want. For this, I'm going to try guess from the first one. Oh, insulation. Yes, that was right. Let's see if we get this one right as well. Insulation. Sorry about that. And this, hit OK. Perfect. Yeah, from here, once I've set up my insulation material, is to place the finish. So I'm going to use an object cladding sheets. I'm going to go to the plan view and activate the object tool. Go to the search and search for sheet, cladding sheet. Here we go. I'm gonna go with this one, change the I'm gonna change to that one. This is the top, this is the front. The finish will be paint dark gray. And it's going to be placed on the roof. roof level. So I don't know which side it's. I think this is the back side, the bottom side. So I'm going to rotate. Or before you do that, let's just stretch it all the way and see which side is that. I'm gonna do this and then check on 3D. Okay, I think it's in the right orientation, so we need just to what? I think I'm gonna mirror it from here, drag it down and stretch this all the way to there. Let's cut a section. On this line. Where is it on the section? So maybe change the layer to roof finish. Okay, there we go. That's the one. And set the profile degree to 23 degrees. Okay, then I'm gonna move it up like that. I don't know, can I stretch it from here? No, you can't. So it's going to be only on 3D, I mean on floor plan. Stretch it that way. Check on 3D. Nice. Okay, looks nice. I don't know, maybe I should try a different pattern. Let's check on this one. Yeah, I'll go with this one. So on the section, I'm going to raise it a little bit by 10, so that is something like that, and then it needs to fall down like I said. So I'm going to, okay, let's do it on 2D. Control Shift D and then drag it there. This one is going to be on the ground level. Oh, sorry, let's go to 3D and select it, set the angle to 90, and the height you can just okay, there's an issue here, it's frozen. Alright, we need to measure the height and do it manually. So maybe this go all the way from ground. Measure from this to there is around 3.516. So let's set up this to there. Right. And then we're gonna clean up by moving this back. Oh, sorry. Activate the object tool, hit Ctrl A. I hope it's the only object within the file. Alright, it is. And then move it back. Normally you would have a space for your pair lines, your installation. I'll set it to be 50. Yeah, something like that. Yes, something like that. And I'm not gonna have a gutter on this one. It's going to be fall through to the ground. So if you go to the roof level, I'm gonna, yes, to align it with the one. Yeah, number one. Perfect, perfect, Perfect. Set this to -300 and add 300 here. It's going to be 860. Okay. Right, let's do the other side. Go to the roof. Select Ctrl+Shift+M to mirror a copy to here. Then I'm gonna bring it from there to there, stretch it. Like so. Let me adjust my section view, open it. Where is it? Pull it there. The angle for this is 26. I'm going to change the angle to 26. Then move it there a bit. Go to the roof and make sure that the connection alright. Then we have another one to this side, so I'm going to mirror a copy on the ground floor. Ctrl+Shift+M, mirror a copy. Ctrl+D to drag it there. I'm gonna move it back by 50 for the balance support, and it's going to start somewhere here. Maybe roof level 0 or -500. Yes, somewhere there. Set it to 3 meters high. -500. So oops. Oops. I made the same mistake again that I shouldn't do. Okay, let's let me do it on section. Let's open section and I'll measure the distance. I don't know why this slab is floating. Should go all the way to the sure, this is 3.144. 3.144, something like that. And then on the roof level, I'm going to connect them like that. Alright, then this slab should let's do it on 3D. I'm going to add a polygon of this to there, so that when you cut a section, you slab, and it should go all the way, not stopping on the edge. So I'm going to offset this by the thickness of the wall so that it can, yes, okay. And then you can see we have a problem here that we need to address. I can just drag it over then remeasure again the distance, which is 2876. 2876. Let's fix this one here. Are you sure it's 2876? It's 2831. It should be 31. All right. Right, that's your roof. Okay, let me know what you think in the comment section. This is pretty much what I wanted to share with you. And I think one thing that you can do as well is to trim off now to have a flashing around here. So that is pretty much simple. You can use a beam tool to create that. So for example, we'll go to the ground and activate the column tool, beam and column tool, and then set it to rectangle, change the material to steel, steel structural, and then I'll place it here. This, let's change the what you call the size. This will be 50. Is it the case? Yes. Then 150. Let me see. Am I doing the right thing? And I'm supposed to start there. I'm gonna stretch it all the way to the top. Then let's see. Let me see. It's 150. Make it set up to 100. Make it dark gray. Metal finish, aluminium. Yeah, something like that. It's going to be more like a strip, a flashing strip that will continue all the way. So for here, for this side is going to be a beam. Change the material to steel structural, the surface to meet aluminium, which is fine. And let's set up the measurement. This is 100, and then that one is 50. So and then draw it from here. And then place it there. Draw it from there. Oh, sorry about that. Place it there. So then let's fix the, okay, 50 should be the other way around. So this is going to be 50 and this 100. Okay, and then I'm going to use elevation to, you know, fix the connections like that. Then go on this corner, like so, and then we should mirror this one to the other side. Control Shift D. Let me just place it here and then go to the elevation. Yes. Let me stretch from the bottom to the underside, or to the top of the roof, the slab. And then this will be all the way like that. Okay, now we have a nice trim around our profile. Okay, I think you should continue all the way down here like that. Pretty nice detail. Okay, all right. So if you check your section, you have this kind of you know, now because of detailing, for detailing purposes, you would have your rafter inside here. So I'm going to select this and make it, instead of timber now, because we can't have timber of a size of 500 thickness, so we can only go up to 228 if I remember. So basically we're gonna have a line, a timber of 228 from here to there should be 228, and then let's say, because we have a per line again, then 228, then we have the ceiling trim underside. So given another chance, I could detail this further. I think for the sake of keeping the video short, I will have to create a separate video, which is going to be the following video for this, and taking this to the next level, creating this section and detail it the way will be practical or functional. Okay, up until I see you next time, peace. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share this video to those who think it will be helpful, and don't forget to get this template. I said this is the latest updates for the template, so check the link on the description. You could see by yourself how the results that it's generating, it's immaculate. Let me know what you think about this video also in the comment section, and I will also want you to be part of this channel by contributing on suggesting, you know, future topics. But other than that, bye bye.